We are spending the day at Samsung's headquarters in the UK with their new 2017 QLED range. In this video, I'm going to go through the user menu to see what's new for the year ahead, and also explain some improvements that Samsung has achieved for their QLED television, and also a demonstration of what color volume actually is, coming right up. I'm spending some time with Samsung's 2017 TVs at their UK headquarters, and I'm going to go through the user menu of this brand new flagship, the Q9 flat screen series from Samsung. Is a QLED television. Go through the menus and explore what's new for the year ahead. If we go into the menu, let's go to movie mode, which is what we are actually most interested in because it's the picture preset that is going to be most accurate to the director's intent. Obviously, when it ships, it will come in standard mode. If we go to the picture settings, note that last year there was a special viewing mode with HDR+, with game mode, and with sports mode that has been removed from the main menu. We go into expert settings, and the default backlight settings, I've been informed by Samsung, is now 20, the maximum. So for darkroom viewing, it might be advisable for you or your calibrator to lower this to a more suitable level for your ambient lighting condition. Brightness, again, has been changed from previous year. Previous year, the default is around 45. For 2017, the default is now 50, which I would assume that it is going to be correct, judging from Samsung's previous year's efforts. Contrast at 95, sharpness defaulting at 0, which is always good. We don't want any undefeatable edge enhancement. And if we just scroll down and see what's new here, one thing that's new here is the nomenclature in terms of the local dimming. In previous years, Samsung has always used the term smart LED to refer to their local dimming, but they are going back to local dimming now throughout their 2017 range when the feature is available. And if we go through the settings, there will be low, standard, and high. Okay, and if we go down, contrast enhancer is another new name. It is basically the old dynamic contrast system that just boosts the brights and deepen the blacks within the single frame. And HDR mode is now found in the expert settings menu. Film mode, for film mode deinterlacing or film cadence detection. Under white balance, if we go through it, you can see that Samsung has expanded the 10-point white balance found on previous Samsung televisions to 20 point now for increased precision, and I'm informed by Samsung engineers that this is for the increased precision required for HDR calibration, which is always good in our view. Gamma, again, another slight change there. Previously, the gamma is just a single setting, but this year, the gamma actually has three different options. HLG ST2084, which is the PQ, the HDR10 PQ standard, and BT186, which is the standard dynamic range standard. The TV will automatically switch to the correct gamma depending on the metadata and the HLG flag. And after you default to the correct gamma formula, you can actually even fine-tune the gamma by going up and down to make it either brighter for daytime conditions or darker for nighttime conditions. And this is similar to the actual gamma control on previous Samsung years. Let's see what other things that we have. RGB only mode for color decoding. Color space settings is the same, I think, with auto, and then you can actually switch it to native or custom for more color management system in terms of the calibration. And let's see what else we have here. And reset picture. One thing you notice is that the game mode is not actually found in the picture menu anymore. It is not even found under the picture mode. So if we go into the general settings, and is found under the external device manager submenu, where you can actually turn it on if it is a relevant signal. HDMI UHD color, again, is something that was found in the picture menu previously, but the company wanted to simplify it and they've put it under the external device manager. You need to switch it on for the correct HDR metadata to be passed at maybe higher color bit depth. Even though on the 2017 Samsung televisions, the game mode has been relocated to the general submenu, which is more difficult to get to compared with the 2016 models where you can just go under the special viewing mode. to engage game mode, Samsung has actually provided a much simpler way for us to directly engage game mode on any HDMI sources. So using the voice control here, I have the new Samsung remote here. If I press the voice activation function and say game mode, the TV will switch automatically to game mode without you needing to navigate through the remote control through the menu. And if you want to actually switch game mode off, just say game mode off. And voila, you can see it's back to the picture preset that you were using before, getting out of game mode, which is a very cool function on Samsung's 2017 sets. Another improvement Samsung has done on their 2017 QLED range is the improvement in viewing angles. As we know from our analysis of previous VA-type LCD panels, the viewing angle can be quite limited compared with self-emissive technology, and also maybe versus IPS panels. Although IPS panels, the blacks do glow brighter from the sides. Now, how Samsung has actually achieved this improvement in viewing angle comes from a complete redesign of the quantum dot structure and improvement in terms of the light emission and the light efficiency. And the brighter the image is, then the improvement in viewing angle will be more. So in standard mode, the viewing angle will be better than, let's say, the off-axis angle in movie mode. Having said that, even in movie mode, it is still going to be improved versus previous VA panels due to the quantum dot redesign and also some panel restructuring from the company. On top here, it is a 2017 QLED set, and at the bottom here is a 2016 Samsung KS8000 65-inch version. So I'm going to just turn this model here slightly so you can actually see the difference in terms of the color shift and loss in saturation and contrast on the 2016 set. But on the 2017 set, it is still very well maintained for a very good degree horizontally off axis. One big thing for Samsung's QLED TV this year is color volume. And their Samsung QLED TV are the first TV in the world to be able to hit 100% DCI-P3 color volume as certified by VDE. Now, some readers have been asking me, why is this such a big deal in terms of 100% DCI-P3? Because last year we have some other sets like the LG OLEDs, which can hit 96 or 98%. The Panasonic DX902 can also probably hit around that figure as well. So why is this such a big deal that the Samsung's 2017 QLED sets can hit 100% DCI-P3 color volume? Well, we're talking about totally different figures here, because color volume, as we are defining it now, is fundamentally different from the color space that has been used previously to arrive at the 96 to 98% figure that other manufacturers are using. Let me demonstrate. It's probably easier for me to demonstrate using a prop, a 3D printed model that Samsung has actually designed. So if you look at this 3D printed model here, color volume is basically, as the name suggests, it's a 3D model where it represents the color measurements at all different level of brightness, from dark to bright. So you measure a lot of slices and construct this entire volume. Now, previously, when we were doing our reviews in those technical charts that you see in many publications, what we were doing is that we are only taking a slice out of one slice of here. So let me show you. So we were only taking a slice out of this complete 3D volume and show it as a two-dimensional program, a slice from the complete volume. Now, even though it was actually this 2D representation was enough from the days of CRT for flat panels, because of the nominal 100 nits peak white of standard dynamic range or SDR content. We found that, and in general we agree that it's probably not going to be sufficient when we are talking about peak brightness of around 1000 nits or even 4000 nits for HDR content as mastered on some 4K Blu-rays. So we need a better model of actually trying to measure, trying to evaluate the color reproduction capabilities of these new HDR televisions, which is where color volume comes in. Color volume Basically, it's a more accurate representation of what our eyes see. It's basically measuring the different color points at different brightness level from dark to bright to give you a more complete representation. And Samsung is very proud to announce that the Samsung's 2017 QLEDs are the first TVs in the world to be able to hit 100%. In fact, it actually exceeds 100%, but they are just going to be modest and settle at 100% DCI-P3 color volume. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you are genuinely as excited about Samsung's new 2017 QLED televisions as we are. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and also I'll see you the next time.